We're back. The Vikings, Bucs. I promise I've been bummed about last game as well. It was the Bills beating the Pats 44-43, and it didn't record. So now I'm in a better spot so I can check it more often. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Lawrence's Vikings take on Clay's Bucs. Oh yeah, the Vikings are at home. This is the 5-4 game.
52, and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight we continue with Wildcard Weekend with what should be a great one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Minnesota Vikings. Very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. So here come the Vikings with a long field ahead of them. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft.
We have had two surprises. The Rams and the Patriots have shot away. And the Bills and the Seahawks have been.
He says not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. He finds his man complete.
The Bucs aren't really that good. They
He's
just have
taken
Brady.
down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. On 1st down, Lawrence. That's again complete to Palmer. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Open man here is Gentry. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big connection on that one, 38 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson there to make the grab. And the Vikings will strike first here in this wild card matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs. People always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Brady. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady, he's going to wind up and air it out. A fight for it, and this is...
Oh, touchdown.
What a catch. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 66 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Not Lamar Jackson, you know.
7-7, our score after 1. Now Lawrence on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Well, they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now Lawrence forced out to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Lawrence. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
It'll be intercepted.
Oh my God. That should be a touchdown.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Lawrence will throw.
Jefferson.
It's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings on just 2 plays have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a little small. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example of that.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get yelled at, but you can handle it because you got the ball back.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's got his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Jefferson's
zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson as time expires in the first half. And the Vikings would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a day it's been so far. This is the third of our Saturday triple header. 3 more to come tomorrow as the NFL playoffs are officially underway. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, well, get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. Throwing now is Brady. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And he hauls it in for a Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Bucs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Brady's going to look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break down a defense. But a lot of it is just that they just get trapped with worrying about it so much that other things break down as well. You know, you break the huddle, and you're not just playing what comes out at you. You're like, oh, God, don't let him outside of the pocket. Don't let him beat us with his legs. And then he starts to beat you other ways.
Being chased out left. He's got a first down past the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's taken down. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Dancing to his left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
That's going to be caught. And they're not able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Michael Fitzpatrick. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game. My, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Starting the drive with Snell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Benny Snell.
97 yards. Wow.
And the Bucs are now an extra point away from leading this game. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A Very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 1. A little over 80 ticks to go. They've got the crowd behind them, and they need only a field goal to survive and advance to these playoffs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way out to the 46. Back to throw. Completes this to Jefferson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They'll look to throw.
Oh, not over.
Baker with he lost the football.
What a touchdown that was. We should have
Are you kidding me? They return it and they take the lead.
How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it to the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
It puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff, got to be careful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now all the focus shifts over to the Bucs. Trailing by 5. 26 seconds to go. It's got to be a touchdown here, and that won't be easy. On the road, in the playoffs, as they've got it with a first down. Brady to throw. This throw incomplete.
Run with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. And that throw behind his man, he missed it, incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Back to throw, Brady. Looking left side, and it's complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One final try now for Brady. And it's caught.
Incomplete!
Wow. But he does take it all the way to the 2.
He caught 1 yard
Getting into
short.
the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So all good for us, for my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew.
Brady and the Bucs are done.
You've been watching the
This
NFL
could be
right
Tom
here.
Brady's last game as a Buccaneer. He had a good one with them.
Vikings, as we say so long,
He'll be back.
Minneapolis.
I just know it. Vikings advance. Good for them.